Hi, welcome. On this video, we're going to be bringing Bowser here in just a moment to perform a socialization exercise with Polly in a helper role. Now, this is day 4 of the board training process with Bowser. Things are moving along very well. And so here, this is all about increasing expectation. So even here, he's over in the crate here. I'm going to vibrate him a little bit. You can hear he's expressing a little bit of expectation. So I'm just going to calm him down a little bit even as I'm talking. It's a great example in the video here as well of using the remote collar. Okay, so he's over here to the side of the camera view. So you hear him kind of whining and expressing. Even as I'm talking, he knows that Polly is out here. Okay, so he's anticipating, he's wanting to be able to connect with her based on, expressing some control, wants to come together with her that way. So here, this is a good example of me being a pivot point, okay, beginning to fade in, even through this device. So here he understands, he's connected this way, and so as his mind is beginning to reach out that way, I'm intercepting that state of mind. And so again, I'm going to be doing it in a very direct way here in just a moment with actually bringing him out and beginning to, through the leash, through interacting with him, beginning to set things in motion. So even here, same thing. So you just hear him, probably hear him on the thing, stress a little bit, just tapping a little bit here. And so this is kind of like a pre-socialization part of it, especially with some dogs where they're already gained a higher level of control in the relationship, and so they're anticipating. Okay, they already know the dog is nearby, and they're beginning to stress, they're beginning to express. And so here, I'm just, as I'm talking, I'm just kind of, intercepting that state of mind as needed. So here, same thing. I'm going to do a little bit here, get him to calm down. Stop. So, I'm going to wait here a moment, but this is a great example of how to intercept, how to deal with this type of situation, because again, understand this is about bridge building. So there's never any rush whenever you're doing this type of exercise. And even here, what you see is based on the level at which he's expressing, okay, when he comes out, when I bring him out here in a moment, I'm going to be turning the opposite direction right away, okay, based on his levels, based on. And even here, you can kind of get a sense of his levels by the fact that he's already anticipating. Okay, he's already saying, hey, you know what? I know that Paul is out here. Dale's talking. Okay, I hear my name being mentioned here a little bit, and I want to be able to connect with her beyond Dale, okay, or beyond the dog owner. So again, this is a great example of how to deal with this type of situation. So again, there's never any rush, because this is about doing it the right way. This is about, achieving the desired result. So if you rush, what happens is you're going to be in more conflict, because then by rushing and by coming out and not doing certain things, and then you're trying to, intercept that state of mind, it's going to bring more conflict into the equation. So again, always get a sense of when you're doing this type of exercise is your starting point in terms of what needs to happen before you even get to this point. Now, in some other videos of my board and trains, you'll see me do this exact same thing. I'm taking my time, there's no rush, and I'm preparing the road, so to speak, before I even get to that level. And this is where, again, what they're doing, what I call the turnaround technique. Whenever you encounter another dog, if your dog is highly reactive, if they're really wanting to control's really manifesting, really wanting to engage, this is where you need to kind of turn around right away, but not out of weakness. You're not panicked. It's an exercise. It's to help you to be able to get a better result, a better picture as to how much your dog's invested in. Because then when you turn around, they have to try to pivot and turn their entire body and head around, and then therefore you're able to intercept better. So here's a talking still. Same thing. Take my time. Still applying some vibration here to Bowser. And he's laying down over there, but helping this, what this does is helps to take stress off of him. Does it make sense? I'm communicating with him, helping take stress off of him. So I'm just taking my time before, because here's the thing, you can tell, as soon as I get close to that crate and put the leash on, it'll be just wound up, really stressing, and again, this is why, again, just taking my time. So here, just continuing to vibrate here a little bit. So when you're doing this type of thing, you want to kind of intercept those moments, okay? When you hear it, okay, you want to intercept it, but you're timing too. So you're intercepting, you're releasing at the moment that it's stopping. So we want to, when you're using the remote collar, it's about timing, okay? So I'm not using the shock setting here, just the vibration. It's just meant to be kind of annoying to the dog. It's meant to intercept, okay? Just like a little bit of influence in the equation, okay? So here I'm not doing anything here right now, because I'm listening. So here's the thing, as I'm talking, I'm kind of talking through this, but this gives me a great opportunity to intercept. Because again, this is the first time, okay, I've done this exercise. Okay, this is the first time. So this is a great example of how to deal with something like this. So again, even if you're, in your home environment, the dog is sitting in the crate, and you want to set the crate up too in terms of where you decide to put it. The dog is really, control is really manifesting at a high level. You kind of want to put the crate in an area where, the visuals, you kind of want to cut the visuals down somewhat. But you want to be careful not to totally isolate your dog either. You have to kind of set in motion so that it's all about overcoming everything. So you have to start to, open that window up, so to speak, that picture up. So you start to work on, removing barriers. Okay, so it's all about how you use certain devices. It's how you frame things up and knowing how to just kind of build those bridges. So here right now is a great example. He's calming right in. Okay, he's starting to relax because I'm standing out here, I'm talking. I haven't used this at all in the last minute because he's starting to get it. Okay, now I can think about moving over in that direction now to bring him out on the leash, which I'm going to do here in just a moment. So again, this is a great example of how to use the remote collar to build a bridge, and then I can get him out on the leash in more of a direct way, which I'm going to do in just a second. And then, so again, explain next time. When I come out, I'm going to be turning around, taking my time, go this exercise. You see me circling around here with Polly, but I'm going to be moving Bowser using angles, okay, offset angles, so that he's still going to try to pivot his head. I don't want him looking at her, okay, not yet. Okay, so again, because it's about everything coming through me. So again, understanding the relationship side of things, I want to make sure this is building bridges the right way. So I'm going to go get him and bring him out. So right away, I'm going to bring him out here. I'm going to take the remote collar off him because I've just used the remote collar for the crate. So, same thing. Now, as I take the remote collar off of him, I'm still intercepting his ability to connect with Polly. So, can't see it on the video yet. Now I'm going to come out, immediately going to turn around, okay? And I got the pressure collar on. See how he wants to turn towards her. But again, I'm being consistent in the fact that I used the remote collar to intercept, okay, while he was in the crate. Everything I've been working on the last 4 days is all the same. Okay, so he has an understanding right now as I'm doing this, at the level I'm doing it, in terms of what I'm doing. This is why it makes sense that he may not like it. See, he's trying to get an angle here because you'll see this with dogs. They try to move their body a little bit. They want to position themselves. Okay, dogs aren't stupid. Okay. They try to, move certain ways, do certain things, because in his mind, he wants to gain some advantage to be able to begin to connect with her right away beyond me. All right, so me being turned like this, okay, represents being able to connect with Polly, but through me, defined through me. So, I'm becoming the pivot point here, because this is all about relationship. Okay, dogs is pack animals. So he's right here. See, I'm just taking my time. So I'll stay right here as long as needed, until he starts to relax a little bit more. Because you'll see how much he's trying to move a little bit here, but you'll see him start to become more and more agreeable, okay, as I just take my time and see right here. So there's times here, there's no pressure coming through here, only when needed, okay? I'm just, again, I'm just kind of, it's kinetic, okay? I'm kind of leveraging how I'm working his mind. And so right here, it's like, it's a level of language that I'm speaking through the leash, okay? So what I'm telling him is, no, calm down. As soon as you try to spin and turn, express a level of, anticipation, wanting to connect with Polly that way, I'm going to intercept it. But I'm doing it in a very proactive way. See here, it's not, again, when people talk about a correction on a dog, what happens is they're waiting too long. Okay, they're waiting for the mind of the dog is already investing. And so a lot of trainers, what they'll do is they'll kind of turn straight on, and that can create a major problem. Here, you want to turn around the other direction, so therefore you have a better picture, and the dogs will be more agreeable because you're being proactive. Okay, here I'm being very proactive, and so I'll turn the other way because, he knows, Bowser knows she's there. That's all I need. It's about me just taking my time. So here, depending on his level of, wanting to connect with her, I'm not even going to walk over towards her. So this exercise here today is just going to be me facing this way, like this. I'm not even going to move towards her yet. I'm going to do that on another video, because here I just want him to relax at a really good level. So this gives you great insight into this exercise. But here's the thing, is to kind of know that I wasn't going to move in that direction based on the crate exercise with me using the remote collar, how much he was stressing in that crate for a little bit, because he's, there's an awareness there, and so fact is he was stressing in there at a level where I kind of knew that I wouldn't probably, once I get into this exercise, I wouldn't be able to walk around near her yet. But that will happen pretty quick. So same thing, see here, he's going to go up a little bit here on me, because he's saying, well, Dale's out here, he's messing with me here. He's removing my ability to be able to do what I want to do. See him air scenting here, right? He's just, he knows she's there. So here, it's a great exercise too. When you do this type of exercise, what you want to do is even doing a counting exercise, which I would encourage dog owners to do, is be able to stand here and count to 20, 1001, 1002, with your goal of your dog not being able to get a look, not being able to turn and peek. Okay, that's a great exercise to do, and building up from there, because that's a reasonable expectation, right? Is to say, hey, no, you don't own the joint. You're not going to, because here's the thing, is this is where dogs become very reactive. When you have dog, reactivity, it's because the dog has gained a level of control. You have a relationship problem. See what he's doing? He's just, it's coming out of him a little bit here. Now I'm going to put him into a down. And doing a down with him, I'm going to put some down pressure on him. This helps give him something else to think about, and to help him relax even more. So put him into a down position. But even when he's in a down position, I still have to pay attention, make sure he doesn't spin his head. See that? He wants to come out of it. Put him back. Now I may not, again, depending on how much resistance I get here, I'm not going to get overly forceful with the down either. As I do this, I don't want him to relax, but you always have to be kind of aware. So even here, I'm tapping the leash here a little bit. This is to help him relax, but you still can try to turn his head around and look at Polly, but doing really well. I want him, just like I said, the idea is to take stress off of him, okay, as I do this. This is like a de-stressing exercise. I want him to calm down. This is something we're going to work on quite a bit when he's here. He came up here. Now this is where right here, same thing, it's not a win. I'm not going to keep putting influence on him. He's resistant to the down, but he comes back up, and I'm just re-engaging. Okay, so there's no winning here in terms of him even coming out of the down, because this is just a de-stressing exercise. But I'm see how in tune I am dialed in here. I'm not allowing him to be, I'm intercepting all these moments. That's just him kind of protesting here a little bit. He doesn't like this. So I'm taking a higher level of control with him right now. His ability to be able to connect with her. So I'm going to do this for another just a minute. I'm not going to do this too long, because again, this is a work in progress. It's a great starting point. All right, because I'm just relaxed. When I'm doing this type of exercise, I'm not upset, I'm not mad, I'm not angry. This is all technique. Okay, because it's about how I'm doing it so that he understands. Like I'm doing the same thing all the time, even as I'm intercepting moments in a proactive way. He knows exactly what I'm doing. That's why he's not liking it, but he's agreeable to it. Okay, there's no high level of conflict here. He's not trying to bite me, nothing like that, because he's working through it. There's a working through part of it. So he's working through it. It's part of relational change. Gonna do one more down with him. Same thing, locking my shoulder in. When I'm pushing here, I'm using my body weight. I'm not getting personal. I'm not trying to force him down hard. All right, this is just about tug of war team that collapses. I'm collapsing, I'm buckling. See that? Perfect. Buckling his mind. See that? He gets down here. I'm still going to push a little bit while he's down here. I'm trying to get him to really relax here. Now see how he's turning his head? So same thing. I have to have kinetic going through the leash. I have to have influence going through the leash because he tries to turn his head a little bit. Still have to be intercepting. Even on a down position there, now he's better relaxed right now. That's great. This is a great picture. I'm going to kind of end it right here in the moment, because now I've got a really good state of relaxation. He's starting to really de-stress, starting to really relax. Because again, this is a higher expectation with having Polly out here like this, because he's probably very used to being able to get his own way with connecting with dogs immediately. Here I'm saying, no, that's not going to happen here. It's going to happen through me. See, he's trying to turn his head around, back up. So we're getting the exercise here. Great exercise. He's doing really well.